Hi, this is Saurabh Singh from ServiceNow. Today, I will take you through the REST API integration capabilities of App Engine using low code. So, we'll shortly see how we can integrate using low code.
Hi, so today I'll walk you through a process to invoke any web service or a REST based API like this one that you see on your screen right now, which fetches the details for any ticker symbol or any stock symbol, and how we can use this as a spoke in App Engine Studio, and how we can create a spoke for that. So let us head towards the flow designer. What you see here, we'll create. I have already created an action spoke for equity codes, which is invoking this same REST API from here. I'll show you how I did that. This is a simple action spoke which I have named as equity code. Uh, it consists of multiple levels of inputs and outputs, and we can also map the payload of the API directly. In some cases, when there are multi levels or a nested JSON file as the output of the API, there may not be a direct uh, value which can be fetched into the flow designer. So for which there may be some scripts required. I'll just walk you through how I did this. So the input would be the ticker symbol or the symbol of the stock, which I have called as ticker here. The variable name is ticker, it's a string. Then we move on to the next step, which is the REST based API configuration step. So we define it as a connection inline. This is the API details that you see over here in the stocks REST API thing. This is the URL that you configure here, and the stock symbol itself is a variable which is parsed into this URL. We move on to the next step, where we have an option to choose from multiple steps, including creating a new task, look up for records, create a new record, use a script, use a payload builder. So as I was mentioning, you can also use a payload builder for cases when you have non-nested JSON outputs. But for our case, we did not have, we had a nested JSON based outputs, wherein there was the root and then root uh, dot symbol, root dot open, root dot high, those kind of values were there. So for which we had to use a script based API. In the script, what we have done is we have taken a payload as the input. So the response body is nothing but this entire thing that you get. This entire thing is the response body. From the response body, you can create a script, two line of scripts, wherein you are just uh, invoking a variable and parsing in some payload values here from this response body, and you are outputting the price from the payload itself, wherein you know that the root is global quote and what you want is price. So root is quote and what we want is price. Similarly, we have done the same thing for the last trading day, as well as for the change of percent of the stock price. So with all these, we just we can just publish it or even test it here. So let us say we had a symbol like now, which is for service now, and we want to run a test. It will show us how the spoke that you just configured has been working, and these are the details for the equity code named action spoke that we just created, and these are the output data that we have received from the API basically. So if you really configure it to now here, let me do that for you. So yeah, these are the values that we get. So if you see, the price is 444.75. Let us see what we have got. 444.75. Date is 14th of June, which is from yesterday. Our date is as well 14th of June from here, and changes some 0.9946%, which as well is here. So now we'll be using this same action spoke in one of our apps in the App Engine Studio. Now coming to the App Engine Studio, we have built an app called Equity Price Tracker, wherein we have created few data items, wherein we have pulled a data table with for stocks list, which is having a few fields like the ticker symbol, the ticker price, the ticker total value of the stocks with the units, and we have configured some spokes around that to pull in values from this flow designer spoke and do some mathematical operations as well on top of it, so that we have a yeah. So this is basically the use case you can think of is wherein all the employees want to track their investments and just want to track whatever number of units they are holding and what is the current price of it. So let us say we are having a now ticker here with, let us say, 15 units of stocks, and we are not aware of any other thing here, and we just submit this, and in the background you see all these values were fetched from the API that we have configured. So let me show you how we are doing that in a bit. So if you go to the logic and automation, so we are doing two simple logic operations, one on change or update and one on a timely manner. We can just see the change and update case here. So just a second, let this load up. So whenever a stock item is created or updated in this table of stocks list, for each unique change, what we are doing as an action is we are passing the stock ticker symbol to the equity quote action spoke that we have created here, and we are updating all of these fields in the stock list table, which include change percent, price updated on, ticker price, total value, and I'm just converting the ticker symbol to caps in case someone has not entered it in caps, using a simple one line of script here. So yeah, that's a simple flow that I'm using to do this, and this is exactly how you can also use a script to configure a REST-based API into your workflow. I'll just save this. I'll also show you app workspace view for same, wherein again the same things are there what we just saw. So yeah, eventually this is what we have. Stock ticker, let us say MSFT, and we have, let us say, 15 unit or 160 units, and we just save it, and on the fly we get all these values which got calculated: the change percent, the ticker's price for this date, and total value, which is a multiplication of the stock price as well into the number of units.
So at this point, I would like to highlight how this is just one of the multiple boundless opportunities that we have, and this can be applied to multitudes of options, including employee stock options, positions, parts availability, delivery status, etc. So yeah, that was it from my side today. I thank you for your time. Have a great day.